here. I'm back again with another live. I hope that everybody is doing well and staying safe. Today, you guys, the live is not going to be too long because this wind is blowing. This wind is going crazy right now. But if this is you guys' first time watching me again, I am a narcissist abuse coach. I've been dealing with narcissists since 2006. And since 2017, I have been helping former victims, now survivors, heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. Couple topics I wanted to talk about. The most recent post that I did on the community tab was talking about anger management. I do want to talk about handling your anger on that, but I found some tips to maybe help those of you that could be still dealing with anger. I know that one person liked the post when I was talking about anger, and then another person liked the post where they was talking about getting focused and organized. But we'll do another topic on anger management. But I wanted to talk more about, if you are in a toxic work environment, especially if you have a narcissist in your work environment, maybe like if it's a female or if it's a male, or let's say if it's a boss. Just understand if they're trying to like do something towards you. Maybe they're trying to hurt you, or maybe they're trying to get you fired, or maybe they're trying to get you to quit or something like that. Just understand and know that it's not just you that is that's going to maybe try and target you. They're probably going to get other people to do it because the narcissists can't do it on their own. A lot of them feel like they have to team up against you. I know that's what happened to me at the work environment that I worked at. Um, it was a female narcissist, and I guess she felt threatened by me, or maybe she was jealous, envious. Who knows? Who cares? But this individual did get a group of people to target me, to follow me around at work, and I guess maybe try to scare me or whatever the case may be. This did happen. And a lot of the times the narcissist feels like they have to get other people involved because, again, they're going to smear you. Understand that they're definitely going to smear you. They're going to talk trash. They may even try to do spell work. They may even try to do rituals and things like that. But just know that none of it's going to work. They can do any and everything that they can think of. But at the end of the day, just understand that God's in control and that, God has the final say. You get what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind, especially if you've been a target of a narcissist or a victim. Or maybe if you had a boss that was a narcissist, or maybe if you had a coworker that was a narcissist or something like that. So, but yeah, they will get a group of people. I know, like, when I was working at the job, so it was the person that was like doing it. It was a female, and there was, let me see, 1, 2, 3 people that she got to like follow me around at work, follow me around like on my breaks, my lunches. I think I was telling you guys about this. But like I said, I wrote it out. I didn't like go anywhere. I didn't quit, or anything like that. I didn't get fired at that time. But yeah, I stuck it out, and I'm really proud of myself for not allowing myself to react because, that was the aim. That was the goal of that individual, was trying to get me to react. And this person, I know that they still watch me, and I know that they do like little stuff. Like, I know, but it's just like, why waste time? Like, you get what I'm saying? So, and like I said, as long as that individual doesn't put hands on me, I really, like, you get what I'm saying? It's like you can't control stuff that is outside of you. You know what I mean? Especially after you've been a victim of abuse, So you have to really be careful of that, and just understanding what you do have control over is yourself and your own healing, right? That should be the focus at this time. If you've been a victim of abuse, the focus should be on yourself. It should be on your kids and your own healing. You get me? So, hello there. So, yeah, narcissism, it's basically when an individual has an inflated sense of self, and they are very self-absorbed, and they exploit and manipulate people for their own personal gain. That's basically what narcissism is. And it's crazy because it's become such a phenomenon. Like, I don't know how it happened, but a lot of people have not done their inner work. A lot of people have not done their inner healing. and that has led to it being overwhelming growing growth amount of narcissism in today's world, in today's society. And it's unfortunate, but it's something that it's real. It's real, and you won't know until you're in it. Like, if you haven't dealt with it, if you haven't experienced it, then you're not going to know how to manage it. You're not going to know how to cope or anything like that. But if you've been in it, then you know. But if you're a person, you never heard about it, you never experienced it, and somebody is trying to explain it to you, you might reject it, or you might dismiss it because it's foreign to you. You just have never, no one has informed you about it at the end of the day. And so you might just pretend like it's not real, or you might think that the person that's telling you about the experience is lying because it hasn't happened to you, it hasn't happened to no family members or friends. So you just have to really be careful and stuff like that, you know? So hopefully that answered that question, Vengeance Edits. But yeah, so do be mindful. But yeah, it was rough, you guys, at the work environment. Like I said, I'm glad that I was able to, write a book about it, as a way of expression of my, about what I had gone through. And it was a lot. It was a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm really just thankful that God was with me. God had my back, and God was watching everything. Remember, no one has more power than God Himself. So God has control over the narcissist. So don't think that that the narcissist is all powerful in the sense that, even though some of them, they may have positions of power, so a lot of narcissists are pretty successful. Narcissists are pretty smart, for them to do the things that they do, and some of them, they do get away with it. And I think that this female narcissist, sorry you guys, I noticed when I come on the videos, I tend to touch my nose, so please forgive me. But some narcissists, they know what they're doing. They're not stupid, they're not oblivious. Because a lot of people will ask me, they're like, well, Joy, does the narcissist know what they're doing? Are they aware of it? Yes, they are aware. They know, they're not stupid, So do be mindful of that. Jericho, you said my ex left me for this really hot gym guy, and I can't stop looking at photos of him. He's gorgeous. Oh, wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that they left you, but you can find someone better, But I know it might be tough to, deal with that. That's, heartbreaking, and, maybe you could see yourself with a narcissist, and now that that's not the case, then, I'm sorry that happened, And thank you for the like. Make sure you guys give this video a like, share, and subscribe. Share it with a friend. The reason why I want you guys to like it is so that other people that may be dealing with this, it can help them as well, right? And you guys feel free to ask me questions about the narcissist, mental health, anything, any everyday events. You guys can ask me questions and things like that. You said, needed to run into this in the process of trying to detach from mine now. He's also my baby dad. He found me right after my son passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. And I fell into this trap. I started therapy in a month. Okay, cool. So I'm glad you're starting therapy, Jiggly, but I'm sorry to hear about your son. Yeah, detaching is a process. And I want to make a video on detaching because it's not easy. A lot of people are just comfortable, and it's no judgment. A lot of people value comfortability. People don't want to change. People, are really afraid of the unknown. And I get it, because I used to be like that. I used to be so afraid of the unknown. I used to be afraid of oh, okay, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? But, the biggest thing that helped me with that is I really just started to learn to not only just trust myself, but trust God and trust in His timing and trust the process, really, right? I know it's easier said than done, but it's true, you guys. You have to learn to, I guess, let go of trying to control things, or let go of trying to make things happen, and just understand that it's all in God's hands, Of course, you have to do your due diligence, right? You have to do your inner healing, right? You have to work on yourself. You have to, control your emotions. You have to control your addictions, control your insecurities and things like that. So those are things that you can work on. But as far as trying to control other people or trying to manipulate people to behave a certain way, It's not going to happen, and it's never going to work in your favor. And the only thing that it's going to do is cause you bad karma. So, you know, you have to pick what is right for you, you know? But yes, Jiggly, you definitely had to detach. Yes, amen. But yes, you guys, so I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Yes, subscribe, Jiggly, and share. And you guys know this, if you guys are feeling called to, you guys are welcome to leave a donation if you like these videos, if you find it helpful, any of the information, if it's valuable to you, you guys know you can visit my website. And whatever you do give, you know that it does come back to you tenfold. And if you guys would like to donate to the Live Narc Free Ministries, you can do so on my website, or you can go to PayPal, which would be at livenarcfree9@gmail.com, or you guys can go to my Cashapp, which would be $Coach Joy 510. So I thank you in advance if you feel called to do so. Thank you so much. So yeah, you don't know how hard you're hitting home. Yeah, I mean, it's true, you know, like it's difficult to detach, especially if you have children with the person, if you're married, you have assets and things like that. Maybe you have memories, photos, maybe you shared a lot. It's not easy to detach, right? So it takes time. And okay, yeah. So, and also you guys are welcome to join. I have a group called the Healing and the Recovery Room. So you guys are more than welcome to join that. It's on Facebook. It's totally free. You guys can share your thoughts, share your concerns, or just vent about whether it's narcissism or, you know, abuse, anything like that maybe you're dealing with. But you guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about toxic living environments. Like, that's also a little spoiler alert. I talk about that in my book. But for those of you that are in a toxic living environment, I want you to understand that you don't have to stay there. You don't have to deal with that. Like, some of you guys could have narcissistic roommates, or just toxic roommates, or toxic parents, or toxic siblings, or whatever. But let's just say you're in a roommate situation. And let's say maybe their roommate's trying to take advantage of you or something, or maybe they're trying to get you to do something in order for you to live there, or trying to make you like have sex with them. So like, you know, that way, I don't know, they're trying to take advantage of you in some way. Just understand that you don't have to deal with that. And, you know, the biggest thing that I could say regarding that is, you know, even with the work environment, you know, get your evidence, you know, document what you need to document regarding that. Maybe you can report that situation as far as like if you've been in a toxic, maybe you had a toxic landlord or a toxic roommate, or maybe something, you know, just understand that, you know, you don't have to deal with that, you know. Or let's say if it was like another roommate that was being toxic towards you or trying to coerce you to do something that you don't feel comfortable with, you can say no, you guys. You don't have to settle for less. That's with jobs, living environments, relationships, friendships. It's all the same, you know. You don't have to settle for that. And understand, remember, people will get what they deserve at the end of the day. I want you guys to remember the only thing that you have control over is yourself right now in this moment. If you're trying to control other people, you're trying to force your will or control something, I'm telling you, it's not going to go in your favor, and actually it's probably going to be worse for you. So just keep that in mind, right? But yes, just understand, you know. But like I said, going back to the narcissists and, you know, them targeting you, it's the same thing with the whole smear campaign, right? So the smear campaign, I know my auntie did that to me years ago. She did a smear campaign. And the good thing is you can ignore stuff like that. You know, if you don't have to have contact with toxic family members, it's best to just, you know, distance yourself. Or like I said, if you don't have to have contact with roommates, just do what you got to do and just move out, you know. Or the same thing like with a job situation. If you don't have to work there, go find something else, find a different job. you know, or maybe if you have to be there. I know some people are like, well, Joy, I can't leave my job, I have to stay. I get that, because that is a lot of people's situation, you know. Then just try your best to just detach, right? Try your best to just distance yourself. Try your best to have no contact, you know, no reaction. I mean, just pretend like, you know, they just don't exist. That's really going to be the best way to handle you know, situations like that. You know, I hope that that was helpful though. Thank you for the hot. Thank y'all. And like I said, ask me anything you guys want regarding the narcissist. But yeah, I'm Jiggly. I'm glad that you're starting therapy. Therapy, I have recommended for sure. Like if you've dealt with abuse, mistreatment, any trauma, or if you're struggling with addictions, any codependencies, do therapy. Talk to someone, you guys. It's not weak. Talk to somebody like myself. I'm not a therapist though. So that's the thing. I'm not a therapist. I am a narcissist abuse coach. I'm also a mentor. So I can help, you know, with mental health challenges, addictions, codependencies, you know, insecurities and things like that. I can help you with stuff like that. But, you know, you want to talk to someone specifically to what you're dealing with. That way they can help validate you, support you, uplift you, empower you, and things like that, right? All right. So, yeah, you guys, like, this is crazy. But, yeah, so if you are being targeted by a group of people, by the narcissist, just understand it's something special about you. It's something special about you, because remember, why does it have to be a big group? Why can't it just be that one person? Why do they have to get other people involved, you know? So that says a lot about you, you know? And like I said, that happened to me. That happened to me. And I know that this person probably still watches me, but it's just like, who cares? Who cares? You know? It is what it is. Like I said, that person never said anything to me, never touched me. So, and as long as it stays that way, then we're good. So, you know, anything else doesn't matter. Nothing else matters, right? So, but yes, you guys, I'm gonna sign out. Like I said, I hope that this message was helpful, especially, you know, when it comes to dealing with narcissists. But also, you guys, let's talk about anger. Put your hand up in the chat if you deal with anger issues after abuse. Put your hands up like this. And also, you guys, whoever is in the room, let me know your mental health check. What is your mental health check right now on a scale of 1 to 10, you guys? Mine's is a 9 today. Mine's is a 9. How is everybody? And also, are you guys ready for the holidays? You know, Halloween is coming up, and do keep in mind, be aware of the narcissistic Hoovers. Don't forget about the Hoovers that could be coming up. Be careful with that. Scotty the Teddy, great content. Keep up the good work. I need help. I have multiple voices in my head that keep telling me to. Oh, Lord. Yeah, be careful. But yeah, thank you for letting me know that the content is helpful. You know, and I've talked to people that say that they have voices in their head and stuff like that. So, you know, you might want to get some help with that, you know? Thank you. Scotty the Teddy. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, but I saw some things that I want to share with you guys when it comes to anger, and I'll do another video specifically on that. And put in the chat if you want to do a 21-day challenge to help with getting focused and organized after narcissistic abuse, or do you want to do it the 21-day challenge to help you with anger management? Let me know which one sounds good. And you guys can send me an email. Let me know that you watched the live and you have interest in learning more about a 21-day challenge. For some of you, maybe you feel like you try to get organized, you try to get focused, and maybe you find yourself being distracted. Maybe you find yourself being overwhelmed, or maybe you find yourself being on edge, or just have a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress and stuff, and you want to really get organized. Or the same thing could be when it comes to being angry. Maybe you try things to help you with your anger. Maybe you try to do things on your own. Maybe you try to talk to a therapist, and maybe you find that it's still not working. You know, reach out to me. Let's do like a collective group project when it comes to that, because you know some people can come together like a narcissist. They can come together to scheme and to plot and to, you know, try to destroy a person or try to, you know, ruin their reputation, right? Or they may try to frame you in a way that they want you to be, right? But how about, you know, coming together as a group and being positive, right? And uplifting each other and empowering each other instead of trying to scheme and trying to get away with, you know, trying to mistreat a person or trying to destiny swap or trying to, you know, do like weird stuff or do magic on somebody. You know, narcissists are very good for that, right? So, you know, so be mindful. But yeah, so I was reading and it was saying like, you know, to help with your anger, you know, you can count, you know, to maybe 10 or, you know, it was saying a bunch of stuff. I want to read this to you guys. Give me a moment. I'll be right back, okay, you guys? I hope y'all can still see me. So when it came to dealing with anger, it said that you can, you know, as many 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, take deep breaths. It says you can vent, you can talk about it, you can forgive, but it said like you have to forget it too. And stuff like that. You know, take time out. It said go like work out. And I know I suggested, you know, going to a shooting range. Maybe you can have a scream. Don't scream at anybody. Don't scream at a person. Like you can scream amongst yourself, but you know, don't take your anger out on other people, right? I mean, you can vent, you can talk about it, but eventually you do have to forget about it. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to forget about it. They're like, forgive, but don't forget. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna look into it, but it was saying like the definition of forgiveness is when you forgive and when you forget about it. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, it really just depends. But we'll do a video on it. But anyway, I hope that was helpful. But let me know that any of you guys have interest in doing the 21-day challenge with me, with getting focused and getting organized after the abuse, and also working on anger management. Let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. But like I said, if you guys want support from me in any way, you guys can visit my website, check out all of my products and my services, and see how they can best help you and your family. But till the next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye, guys.